Right then, here we go.
My Lotus Cortina. I love this car. I genuinely love this car. One I always wanted, and was lucky enough to find one, and there it is. But you can't keep them all, can you? And it doesn't go out from one year to the next. So not the right time probably to sell, but if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, I'm not too bothered, guys. But we all know the market's dropped off. But anyhow, there you are. Should have sold it, shouldn't I? 3 years ago when it was doing record money, but there you go. But an interesting car, full stop. There's loads of information here that I'll put about it. I bought it from a smashing guy. A guy called Chris Murphy, who used to be one of the main guys at Lotus Formula 1. So he knows his onions, does Chris. And even the story about buying it, which I won't really bore you to death with too much, but even when I went to meet Chris, he owns a section of a stately home, and the cars were in a garage with some other really exotic things, and the whole thing was just surreal. He bought the house while he was flying around in a Tiger Moth plane. He spotted it. He'd already got offered the job working for Lotus, needed to relocate, and yeah, I mean, just the whole story. And you walk into the house and there's trophies and stuff everywhere, and yeah, it just, yeah, quite a special day really for quite a special car. The car was basically, in a nutshell, it's all here. It's a genuine right-hand drive airflow car, proper car. It was built by a Ford main dealer for their MD to go rallying back in the day. And it's whatever you want, it's done. Seam welded, gusseted shell, full FIA spec, fuel pump, sump guards, heavy duty alternator, switchable electric cooling fans, twin coils, dual circuit brakes. I mean, the list just goes on and on. 85 litre bag tank, extinguishers, adjustable rev limiter, uprated radiator. It just goes on and on and on and on. It just goes on. And more importantly, over here is a lovely, as nice a pack as you're going to find for any car. The sort of pack you'll find for a Rolls Royce or Aston Martin, that just shows you all the history of the car, photographs of the car going back and so forth, previous MOTs, invoices, competition logbooks, Parkside motors of the car, the company that built the car. I've retained the sticker on the boot lid because it's part and parcel of the car. Parkside, I lacquered over that. I thought that was important to keep. It's nice, it's part of the car's history. I think it's one of the nicest Mk1 Lotus rally prepared cars on the market. I genuinely do. You and I were working it the other night, weren't we, doing a few jobs. It was quite funny because Jack and I went home. Jack's behind the camera today, and I made a decision to sell a few cars. Got too many, and once I make a decision, I make a decision, and that's it. I don't dilly-dally about it for 5 weeks like some of these blokes do, or 5 years. So you were in the garage opposite working on the Escorts. I pulled the covers off of this Cortina. There's about a dozen covers on it. I pulled them all off the Cortina. I jumped in, I turned ignition on, nothing lit up. And I thought, well, what do you expect? It's been here a year. And I thought, oh, master switch. Flicked the master switch. The pumps burst into life. I pumped the throttle 5 times. I hit the start button and it started up and sounded fantastic, didn't it?
It did.
And I said, yeah, bloody Escorts, you're on a Cortina. Proper car. And then we went round with a magnet, didn't we?
We did.
I went and got a magnet the other night, and I went round and I went, look at that, boom, 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 magnet everywhere. Yeah. It's just it is really, I mean, he could do rallying with it, but it would be a shame nowadays. But it is like the top of the shop, creme de la creme, targa car, like hero type events, which is what I intended to do a bit with, really. I've done a few bits with it. I've done a fantastic event in Scotland with Bespoke Rallies, with John at Bespoke Rallies. They specialise in European big tours on the continent, again, which I'd love to do. Just haven't got the time. I just have not got the time to have 14 days off and drive across Europe. You know, I'd love to, but I haven't. He just wants a little bit of a brush up and a clean up, just a little bit there, but there's nothing. He just literally wants a brush round there. But as sweet as that engine is, so, in fact, we'll crank her up now, Jack. She is so sweet, that engine. Yeah. So it really is the ultimate In my opinion, it's the ultimate sort of Targa hero event type car. Period inside, period dials, period machines over there. Yeah, power steering, which has been actual fact. You shouldn't really have it on a lot of the historics, but it's been nicely hidden away with a hidden potentiometer. So us old fellas can actually steer the bloody thing. Scrutineers turn a blind eye to that. If they can't see it, they can't say anything, can they? But a proper car. In the back, I went through it front to back when I bought it. We've done whatever it's ever wanted. In the back, all period again, all there, it's all ready to go. Twin tanks, first aid kit, spare wheel, jack, brace, spill kit, the whole thing. I've had all this out. I've had the whole lot out, all that bag tank out, completely cleaned, and new firm inserts in the tank. So that's all tickety-boo, ready to go. I've done oils, you name it, everything. Tightened everything up, done everything. Put lock wire on everything. Underneath is nice to see. All the little bolts and bits have all got the lock wire on, as you would expect a proper built car. Yeah, it's just basically a proper car. And I'd go as far as to say, like I just said, can't emphasise enough, I think the nicest Mark 1 rally prepared Cortina, I think, that's on the market, I think. I looked at a few, most of them I wouldn't give garage room. So, and it's not only is it, it's just so nice to see a rally prepared one that's got some history, but is still in good order. Even little things like an interior, you know, bonnet light and stuff like that. They've just gone the extra mile when it comes to building the car. Yeah, it's just lovely. It really is lovely. I've got another set of lamps for it somewhere, but don't hold me to that. You're not allowed, obviously, 6 forward-facing beams on a Targa event, but don't hold me to that because you'll find some more. It looks cluttered with any more lights on anyway. An Escort seems to suit 4 or 6 lights, certainly 4. Cortina looks a bit cluttered with any more than 2, and I'm not a big lover of 3 in a row. I've got a Mark II that Charlie's doing for me, and he's putting 3 on a row because that's how they were, period. They don't look quite right with 3 in a row, but anyhow, there you go. So there it is, guys. Oh, I've got another set of wheels. I've got another set of genuine Lotus wheels as well, and tyres that, to be fair, might as well go with the car. They belong with the car. I didn't get them with the car. I sourced them separately. But look at that. I mean, this is a lovely car. Not only is it ready to go. Oh, I'll tell you what it does. It doesn't ready to go. I'll tell you what it wants. It wants both. It's got a twin circuit system on. It's got 2 master cylinders for brakes, 2. 1 for front, 1 for rear, and 2 servos hidden under the back seat. So I made a back seat for it so it qualifies for Targa events. The back seat and everything can come out, and then you can get to all the gubbins underneath. But basically, it's a Mark II Cortina back seat that I've made fit in there to tick a box. So I've got 2 servos underneath there, 1 front, 1 rear. What it really wants is both master cylinders taken off, only because of that lack of use, cleaning all back out again, putting back on again. In fact, it basically wants a service over, really, a brakes doing. But basically, she's a lovely thing. It really is nice, yeah. But we're having a little bit of a clear around, have a little bit of a change of direction, Jack, aren't we? We're very lucky. We've got quite a number of rally cars around us that we've built up. We're struggling a little bit to keep them all going, aren't we? We must have 13, 14, 15 rally cars, and we are struggling to keep them all going. So the plan is just to run 2 cars, maybe 3, I might keep 3, and get them to the point where someone says, do you want to come to so-and-so on Saturday? He said, do you know what, I will. Car's ready, jump in, go. Yeah. But at the moment, we're having to rely on outside help. You know, I've got him looking after that car, him looking after that car, him looking after that car. We want to keep it all in-house, don't we? So that's the idea behind it. So there it is. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, I'm not going to lose a minute's worth of sleep, I can assure you.
Good.